Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome to Ummah Radio. You are listening to the Arabic class with myself Abu Mus'ab. We are currently still continuing on with the Madinah Arabic course book 1. For those of you who are new and do not know what the lessons are about, you can visit the Ummah forum, which is http://www.ummah.com/forum. In there you'll find a subsection by the name of Ummah Radio, and in there you will find the thread called Wednesday Arabic class. In there you can find the download links to this book that we are currently doing, the Madinah Arabic course. And like I say, we are still busy with book number 1. We have done a couple of classes so far. Some, or rather most of them, have been uploaded onto YouTube. For those of you who have missed the classes and would like to catch up, you can, the Ummah channel, the YouTube channel name is Ummah Radio, so you can search there and you will be able to listen to the previous classes. Like I say, there's still about 2 classes or so which must still be uploaded before the thing, all the classes are in order available there. But for those of you who are fresh and brand new, you can follow up via those links. So then without further ado, we can continue on with the lesson. So in last week we had stopped at the end, or rather we were still busy on page 37. In this lesson we were still learning about the feminine forms of words, especially the word hadhihi. Okay, so the masculine word hadha is a singular masculine directive pronoun for men or for masculine items which are nearby. So this one was the feminine version, which is hadhihi, also singular and for women or for feminine items for things which are nearby. That was the usage of the word hadhihi. So this is basically what lesson number 6 was about, which is what we are still busy continuing with. What we had just previously done on the starting part of page 37 was to take a masculine sentence and how we change it into a feminine sentence. Basically taking any particular word which is masculine and transforming it into being feminine. That is what we had passed by in our last lesson. So then from here we will continue on, inshallah, which is the ending part of page 37, exercise number 4. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah. He says, Sahihil Jumal al-Atiyah, or rather, Sahihil Jumal al-Atiyata. Like I always say, I try to pronounce the endings of the words during this class in particular because of the importance that it will play, that at least you will be able to understand when you really get into the studying properly. So that's why you see, if you were talking in normal speaking Arabic, it would be just like Sahih al-Jumal al-Atiyah, keep putting a sakin on the final last word that we are stopping on. But for the sake of learning your Arabic and making sure that you know what you are saying and why you are saying it, therefore I always pronounce the harakah on every single word. So in any case, Sahih al-Jumal al-Atiyata, which means correct the following sentences. He's giving you a couple of sentences over here, and in each one of the sentences there is a mistake in one of the words. So he wants you to see yourself where the mistake lies, because from the lessons which has passed, you should be able to identify which word is incorrect in the sentence, and in fact from the lessons itself you should be able to tell what word belongs there instead. So for example, we look at the first example he gives. He says, Haqibatu man hadha. Translated, I would say, whose briefcase is this? So in English the translation doesn't change, but this is just because I want to give it to make it more sensible for you to understand. But we're talking Arabic now, so where is the mistake in this sentence? The mistake in this sentence is quite glaring and straightforward. Haqiba is a feminine word, as you can see from the ta marbuta on the ending of the word. So This is being feminine. Now he's saying حقيبة من هذا. Now as I just mentioned a few moments ago, هذا is a singular masculine a singular masculine directive pronoun, while هذه is a singular feminine directive pronoun. So obviously you do not put a describe a feminine word with a masculine pronoun, and obviously the other way around also, you don't describe a masculine word with a feminine pronoun. So the mistake here is by saying هذا instead of saying هذه. So the correct way of saying this sentence would be حقيبة من هذه, whose briefcase is this. Number 2, he says الغرفة مفتوح. Translated into English in a sensible manner, he says the room is open. Now here again the mistake is quite clear. الغرفة being a feminine word, and then مفتوح being masculine. Like I just mentioned in the previous example, you don't use a masculine word to describe a feminine object. So here the room is a feminine object, so you can't speak about the room with a masculine word like مفتوح. So therefore the correct word should be الغرفة مفتوحة, the room is open. Number 3, he says هذا سيارة الطبيب. This is the doctor's car. And this one is again very similar to exercise number 1, to example number 1 in the exercise, wherein he said whose briefcase is this. So here سيارة is a feminine word, and he's using a masculine pronoun هذا to describe a feminine word. So that is a clear mistake. So therefore we say it should be هذه سيارة الطبيب, that this is the doctor's car. The next one is هذه مفتاح السيارة, and this one is basically just the opposite of the previous sentence. This one هذه مفتاح السيارة, this is the key, the car's key. Now in the previous sentence he had taken a feminine word and described it with a masculine pronoun, and that was its mistake. Now in this case he take a masculine word and he describes it with a feminine pronoun. So like I say, in both cases it is wrong, and what it should be is هذا مفتاح السيارة, and the previous one هذه سيارة الطبيب. Masculine for masculine, feminine for feminine, it must follow its gender accordingly. So that is the end of page number 37. Moving on to page 38. One more in this exercise. He says أين السيارة هو في الشارع, that where is the car? It is in the road. الشارع means the road. So he's asking where is the car? It is in the road. Now here again the mistake is quite clear. We're talking about the car, and a car is a feminine object, as you can quite clearly see, السيارة with a ta marbuta. So here he says هو في الشارع, and هو, as we know, is a singular masculine pronoun. So obviously we cannot use هو to describe a feminine word like سيارة. So therefore what it should be is أين السيارة هي في الشارع. Here is the feminine equivalent of huwa. So huwa used for masculine objects, here used for feminine objects. So therefore here في الشارع, it, the car, is in the road. Now finally exercise number 5. He says اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write while putting the harakat on, especially on the endings of the words. Like I always say, all these exercises that we do here is not obligatory upon you who's listening to the class to do. But for those of you who want to do it, it will most definitely benefit you in the long run. So if you are lazy or anything of the sort, the problem and the thing will only fall upon you. You will find the problem later on in life. Whereas if you take the time out, a couple of minutes, to do whatever amount of exercises that you can do, then you will notice how it helps you in the future, inshallah. So in any case, for those of you who decide you are going to do the exercises on Ummah Forum, in the same Ummah Radio section, there is a thread there for Arabic class, homework, something of the sort. I can't remember quite clearly, but that's the name of the thread. And then you can write your answers, what the answers to the exercises down, and scan it in, take a picture of it, or whatever means you have of doing it, and you just post it in that thread there, inshallah, and it will be checked out and corrected where necessary. So in any case, coming now to exercise number 5, he always brings this exercise in when he does a lesson, to read and write and pay attention to the ending of the words. Why? Because Nahu especially deals with this particular endings of the words. So that helps you to know what is what in the sentence. So in any case, here he says, number 1, هذا لمحمد وذلك لحامد. This belongs to Muhammad and that belongs to Hamid. Now, if you look here, li Muhammadin and li Hamidin, this lam that is on here, this lam denotes possessiveness. It belongs to Muhammad and it belongs to Hamid. And when this lam enters upon a word, then it makes the word that it is attached to get a kasra. So li Muhammadin, li Hamidin, li Yasirin, li Khalidin, all these words like this, they will get, when it is this lam is attached to it, it's, as you can say, it is similar to the prepositions which we had learned, that the word which follow it will get a kasra. So هذا لمحمد وذلك لياسر. This is for Muhammad and that is for Hamid. هذا singular directive masculine pronoun for men or masculine objects nearby, while ذلك is also a singular directive masculine pronoun, but it's used for men or for masculine objects which are far away. Number 2, he says, لمن هذه. هذه لياسر. Who does this belong to? This belongs to Yasir. Number 3, Alhamdulillah. All praise belongs to Allah. Here, lillahi is showing you the lam will make the word which follow it get a kasra on. So lillahi. Then he says lastly, number 4, lillahi al-mashriqu wal-maghribu. Number 4, that the east and the west belongs to Allah. Now here again he's using the word lillahi, and the lam, as you know, it is as you can say, the word which is being affected by this lam, so therefore it gets a kasra and it becomes lillahi. So the basically the two horizons, the east and the west, both belong to Allah. Then ending of the page he says, al-kalimatul jadidatu, the new words. These are basically the words which were used in this lesson, which are not, as you can say, things that we had passed by in any of the other lessons. So number 1, al-mikwatu, the iron. Iron, like you iron clothing with, this is al-mikwa. So al-mikwatu, the iron. Ad-darajatu, the bicycle. Al-mil'aqatu, the spoon. Al-qidru, the pot. Al-baqaratu, the cow. Al-fallahu, the farmer. Al-anfu, the nose. Al-famu, the mouth. Al-udhunu, the ear. Al-yadu, the hand. Al-rijlu, the foot. Al-shayu, the tea. Al-ummu, the mother. Al-thallajatu, the refrigerator. Al-qahwatu, the coffee. And then finally it says sari'un, which means fast. An-nafidhatu, which means the window. And jiddan, which means very. So jamilun jiddan, very beautiful. Sari'un jiddan, very fast, and so on and so forth. That is the end of page 38, and it is the end of lesson number 6. this was a very short portion that we had left over here, so therefore we will move onwards and continue and start lesson number 7 as well. So he says الدرس السابع, lesson number 7. He says Man هذه, who is this? Obviously, like we know, هذه is a feminine directive pronoun, so هذه refers to someone. So who is this woman? The reply given is هذه آمنة, this is Amina. And then ومن تلك, and who is that? Now this is what the lesson is teaching you. Previously we had done the singular masculine form هذه, and then هذا, and then the feminine equivalent, which was هذه. So we also learned the masculine word ذلك, and now here is the feminine the feminine equivalent, which is tilka. So ذلك for men and tilka for women. ومن تلك, and who is that? Then he says ذلك, or rather تلك فاطمة, that is Fatima. هذه طبيبة, this is a female doctor. وتلك ممرضة, and that is a female nurse. Then he says هذه من الهند وتلك من اليابان, this woman is from India, while that one, the other woman, she is from Japan. Then he says هذه طويلة وتلك قصيرة, this one is tall and that one is short. Then he says من هذا, who is this? هذا حامد, this is Hamid. ومن ذلك, and who is that? Then he says ذلك علي, that is Ali. So ومن ذلك, and who is that? ذلك علي, that is Ali. Then he continues, he says أتلك دجاجة, he shows a picture of a duck and he says أتلك دجاجة, is this a duck? The reply given is لا تلك بطة, no, that is a duck. دجاجة would refer to a rooster, while a batta here refers to a duck. So tilka battatun, that is a duck. So in any case, that is the end of page number 39. Onwards to page 40 itself. It says all these parts of the lesson here, it's best to follow it in the book itself because there are pictures. So when he makes the statement that what is that, he's showing a picture next to it, so you should be able to work on your vocabulary at the very same time by being able to answer the questions without needing to run to a dictionary every time. So he said ما تلك, what is that? The reply given is تلك بيضة, that is an egg. بيضة means an egg. Then he says هذه سيارة المدرس وتلك سيارة المدير, this is the teacher's car and that is the principal's car. Then الساعة عباس, هذه is the watch of Abbas, or rather is this Abbas's watch. الساعة refers to the watch. So is this Abbas's watch? The reply given is لا, هذه ساعة حامد تلك ساعة عباس. The question was asked, is this Abbas's watch? But the reply given is لا, هذه ساعة حامد, no, this is Hamid's watch. And then he says تلك ساعة عباس, that is Abbas's watch. So to continue on, he says ذلك ديك وتلك دجاجة, that is a rooster and that is a chicken. So ديك means a rooster and دجاجة means a chicken, a hen. So here again, because ديك is masculine, therefore we use the word ذلك, while دجاجة is feminine, therefore we would apply the feminine laws to it. Continuing on, exercises, he says tamarinu, exercises. Number 1, اقرأ واكتب, read and write. Number 1. هذه مدرسة وتلك جامعة. This is a school and that is a university. Now here again, like I always say, that so in any case, هذه مدرسة وتلك جامعة. This is a school and that is a university. Number 2. ذلك حمار وتلك بقرة. This is a donkey and that is a cow. Number 3. أذلك مسجد لا تلك مدرسة. Is that a masjid? No, that is a school. Number 4. هذا جمل وتلك ناقة. This is a male camel and that is a female camel. Number 5. هذه مدرسة وتلك طالبة. هذا جمل وتلك ناقة. This is a male camel and that is a female camel. So jamalun is a male camel while naqa refers to a female camel. So this is a male camel and that is a female camel. Then هذه مدرسة وتلك طالبة. This is a school and that is a female student. Number 6. هذا كلب وذلك قط. This is a dog and that is a cat. Number 7. هذا بيت المؤذن وتلك حديقة التاجر. That this is the mu'adhin, the person who gives adhan, is his house and that is the garden of the shopkeeper. Hadiqa means a garden. Haqiba meant a briefcase, but hadiqa means a garden. That is the end of page number 40. There is one more page left before the ending of lesson number 7. So inshallah we'll push forward a little bit more to just quickly complete this lesson, because there's nothing majorly new which is being taught in this lesson here itself. It's rather quite simple and straightforward what we have passed by. So exercise number 2, he says أشر إلى الكلمات الآتية باسم إشارة للبعيد ذلك and tilka. He say point out to in the following sentences, use the correct directive pronoun for items and people who are far away. The masculine version being dhalika, the feminine version being tilka. So as you can see here, he says number 1, he gives a blank space and then he gives a word, like for example ummun, which means a mother. So now what ism ishara, what, as you can say, directive pronoun will you use for this letter? So we would here say number 1, tilka ummun. We won't say dhalika ummun, but rather we will say tilka ummun, that is a mother. Number 2, I will just skip fast by. Like I say, these are simple exercises which you should be able to do by now, so therefore I'll pick up the pace a little bit. Number 2, he says dhalika abun, that is a father. Number 3, dhalika qalamun, that is a pen. Number 4, tilka mil'aqatun, that is a spoon. Tilka aynun, that is an eye. Dhalika hajarun, that is a stone. Number 7, dhalika qamisun, that is a shirt. Number 8, dhalika qidrun, or rather tilka qidrun, that is a pot. Now this is something I mentioned previously as well, that just because a word does not have a ta marbuta on the end does not necessarily mean that it has to be masculine. So in any case, that dhalika qalamun, that is a pen. Tilka mil'aqatun, that is a spoon. Tilka aynun, that is an eye. Then dhalika hajarun, that is a stone. Dhalika qamisun, that is a shirt. And tilka qidrun, that is a pot. Qidrun means a pot, and this word here, as you can see, it has no ta marbuta, but it is still a feminine word. Number 9, tilka nafidatun, that is a window. Number 10, tilka baqaratun, that is a cow. Number 11, dhalika maktabun, that is a maktab, a desk. Number 12, tilka naqatun, that is a female camel. Number 13, ذلك مهندس, that is an engineer. Muhandisun means an engineer, so that is an engineer. Number 14, ذلك مؤذن, that is a mu'adhin. Number 15, تلك ممرضة, that is a nurse. Number 16, ذلك سرير, that is a bed. Number 17, تلك حديقة, that is a garden. Number 18, تلك طالبة, that is a female student. Number 19, ذلك جمل, that is a male camel. And number 20, تلك بطة, that is a duck. That is the end of that exercise. Then he says Al-Kalimatul Jadidatu, the new words. There were a couple of new words mentioned in this lesson. So number 1, Al-Mumarridatu, which means a nurse. Al-Hadiqatu, which means a garden. Al-Battatu, which means a duck. Al-Mu'adhinu, which means a mu'adhin, as we know in the masjid, but literally it means a caller. An-Naqatu means a female camel, and Al-Baydatu means an egg. Then he says Asma'ul Isharati lil Qarib, and then he says next to it Asma'ul Isharati lil Ba'id. These are what you call directive pronouns for women and men, and obviously masculine and feminine objects, which are nearby, which is lil Qarib, and those things which are far away, lil Ba'id. So Hadha Muhammadun, this is Muhammad. And the feminine version, Hadhihi Aminatu, this is Amina. The next one is Dhalika Hamidun, that is Hamid, and the other one will be Tilka Zainabu, that is Zainab. So that is basically what the Asma'ul Ishara lil Qarib and Ba'id is about. Hadha, Hadhihi, Dhalika and Tilka. And they are more than just this, but he takes things on his own due course. So inshallah we will leave it until it finally comes along. So that is the end of page 41 and the end of lesson number 7. And inshallah we will be ending on this point here. And next time we can continue with lesson number 8 inshallah. So on that point we end and we say وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.